Consulting a lawyer after having a concussion is more than just a legal matter. It is about safeguarding your health, about safeguarding your healing, and your financial well-being. So today I'm going to offer 3 things that I wish that I'd known at the beginning of this process. Welcome back to the Concussion Crew. My name is Larissa, and just a reminder that I am not a lawyer and I am not a doctor. This is not legal advice and this is not medical advice. These are just 3 tips that I have learned over the last 4 years, things that I do that make my life a lot easier and take some of the load off of my brain. So you might be thinking, why do I even need to consult a lawyer? I think I'm going to be fine. I think I'm going to be healing quickly. I wish that I had called a lawyer immediately. I was reluctant to reach out to a lawyer at first because I didn't want to be greedy. I didn't want to appear all litigious and, emotional. And my employer and my insurance company seemed like they were going to be supportive. Also, I didn't really realize how bad my concussion was. And having had no experience with healing from concussions, I didn't realize what a big process this is. Concussions are unpredictable at best. This has been a long 4 years of learning for me. I still have headaches every day. I am forgetful, I am dizzy, I have migraines, and working in an office is not something that I can do right now and might not be something that I can do again moving forward. So even if you think this isn't that bad, even if you think I'm going to heal, I'm sure it will be fine, you're not obligated. If you reach out to a lawyer and just find out what your options are, you're not obligated to sign with them, but you can hear what they would be able to offer you if you did sign with them. So I live in Ontario, and the stories that I share today, my experience is obviously here in Ontario. And there are many law firms that will meet with you either virtually or over the phone, and they will talk things through with you. And then if you do decide to sign with them, they don't ask for money up front. They're going to take a percentage of whatever cases you win. Consulting a lawyer is not just about suing people. It's also about advocating for your long-term security. And lawyers know things. They know the ins and outs, not only of the legal system, but they deal with medical issues day in and day out and had really great suggestions for me. So I wish I'd reached out earlier than I did. When I think back over the past few years to all the medical assessments and dealing with the insurance company, and when my employer asked me for documentation and I found things confusing, when I ended up signing with my legal team, they took a lot of that pressure off. They coordinated, they reached out to my doctor's offices and made sure that files got forwarded to the insurance company or to the other legal team. They made sure that my payments were coming through. They took over communicating with the insurance company. So when reimbursement checks took 8, 12, 16 weeks, they would call the insurance company and they would follow up and they would make sure that I got reimbursed for my medical treatments, which helps. I'm sure that you are aware that phone calls and keeping track of everything can be difficult. Tip number 2, and it's not surprising, but I didn't really think it through at the beginning. There is going to be a lot of paperwork, and it is confusing and overwhelming, and that's okay. One of the things that I implemented was getting a basket, and just everything goes into that one basket. When it comes out of the mailbox, it goes into my basket. And I had a friend, my mom and my sister and my dad, who all helped me with my paperwork. They helped me to file things. They helped me to go through all of the mail. But having it in one central location and taking the pressure off myself to open things immediately was really important. I think that being able to go to that basket and pull out all of the papers that I needed. For example, I wrote down in my diary 2 different dates. I got a summons to testify against the other driver who hit me. And I wrote down 2 dates, knowing that that sheet of paper is in this basket and I'm going to be able to figure it out was such a relief. I didn't have to run around. I didn't have to go to my filing cabinet and try to figure out, is that going to be under accident or is that going to be under insurance because it's for the insurance company, or where is this going to be? All of my files, all of my papers were in one centralized location that my family then helped me sort through. So tip number 3 is the most annoying tip. So, you can come at me in the comments because I'm annoyed with me just thinking about it. The road is long. Be chill, my friends. Be chill. I freaked out every time I got an email from my lawyer or from the insurance company, or I got a call, or I got another piece of mail and I didn't know what to do with the information that I'm getting, and do I need to actually take action? I freaked out. I felt such a sense of urgency every time something came up. My blood pressure went up. It was brutal. And it is so much easier said than done. But remembering that my brain is still healing. No matter what happens, no matter whether the driver is found guilty or not, no matter whether my insurance company remembers to send the reimbursement check or not, my brain is still healing in there. And that's what's important. So focusing on what's important, and then finding ways to deal with the things that you need to deal with. For example, I found that checking my voicemail and my email at 9 o'clock in the morning was best for my brain. I turned off notifications on my phone. I did not know when emails were coming in, but every morning at 9 o'clock, I would look through my emails, and if there were things that I needed to deal with, I would deal with them if I could. I knew that my blood pressure was going to spike and I'm going to need to take a drink of cold water and breathe. And sometimes I would need to write an email and leave it till the next day at 9 o'clock in the morning. But for the most part, everything can wait that 24 hours. We live in a really go society. Everything has to happen quick. But it's up to you to say that's not what's best for my healing. I need to pull back. I need to set a time, a window, and maybe you check once in the morning and once in the afternoon. For me, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my brain was mush. I was not able to read properly. I was not able to formulate thoughts properly. So that took a while before I could start phasing in an afternoon period of reading emails, listening to voicemails, getting back to people. But you'll get there. And in the meantime, it's going to be okay. So talk to a lawyer early just to get information, because information is power. Make sure that you have one centralized location, and it doesn't need to be pretty, and don't put pressure on yourself to find tabs and get everything filed neatly immediately. as long as it's in one location and you can get the information on the days that it's important, you're doing fine. And taking a second, taking a beat before responding to emails, just taking time to nurture yourself is important. I'm going to add on, we'll do a little bonus content for those of you that stayed to the end. 3 things that I like to have in front of me when I am on the phone with my lawyer, or when I am dealing with my emails or that sort of thing. I like to have an ice pack, because when your blood pressure goes up and you start kind of feeling that heat rising inside of you, whether you just hold on to the ice pack, whether you put it on the back of your neck, it can help you to get out of your brain, get out of your fight or flight mode, and come back to present and just cool down a little bit and calm down a little bit, which can help our whole system, our whole healing. Number 2 is a cold drink. So glass of water, glass of ginger ale, glass of apple juice, something that, again, same thing, can cool you down from the inside and calm you down a little bit. Plus, if you're like me, my throat gets really dry when I get stressed and nervous. And I'm generally stressed and nervous when I'm talking with lawyers or doctors, and if I'm talking about my healing. So having something just to lubricate your throat a bit is helpful. And my mission in life, number 3, is to normalize comfort items. For me, that's stuffies. I love my stuffies and they make me feel better. They're soft, they're soothing, they're comforting. That's why we give them to children at nighttime, because it helps us to feel comforted and soothed. So you're healing from a concussion, from a brain injury. You deserve all the soothing things, all of them, including stuffed animals. So if you have a different comfort item, I hope that you will share it in the comments below. But I'm going to reach over and grab 2 of my handy dandy guys and, normalize the stuffies, friends. Normalize the stuffies. It's okay. Especially if you are on a Zoom call, you can keep them down low so nobody has to see them. You can get handheld ones, like hand-sized ones that you can squish like a stress ball. That's 2 purposes in one. And if you're on a phone call, you can get yourself, I've got a 6-foot stuffy that I snuggle up to. He sits next to me on the sofa and he helps me with my business decisions. So grab yourself a stuffy. I'm really sorry that you are going through this, and I hope that some of this information helps. Protecting yourself, protecting your best interests, your financial best interests, your medical best interests is important and worthy, and good for you for standing up for yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember, you are not alone.